How are we doing, guys? So Qtech P019. We're going to take a look at this. I picked it up second hand, giving it a clean up, and we're just going to run over who it's for and what you can expect if you were to pick one of these up, new or second hand. So let's jump in. So the Qtech units that are on the market, these type of units will need a bit more maintaining compared to something like a Graco 390 or different brands around that kind of category, because it's got wearable parts. And obviously if they're trying to compete with more powerful units that are cheaper, then there's got to be a compromise somewhere. It's an entry-level sprayer, so in competition really with the Graco GX21, the Wagner PP90. It's a bit of a cross between a Graco 190 and a GX21 really. It's got a bigger piston than the GX units, more probably like the Graco 190. It hasn't got a manifold filter though, so it's just got a filter in the gun, filter on the suction pipe, and as it comes there's no pressure dial, so that's a little bit annoying. I will go and pick myself up a pressure gauge, and that just slots on there. Comes with the Qtech gun, which is the T360F, and Qtech guard and a 517 tip. There's a filter in the handle. Pull the trigger back, pop the guard down, and then you should be able to do it by hand. We've got a white one in there. There's a spring in the bottom which helps it come out. Put it in, make sure that the tubey bit comes at the top. Max tip size you're looking at a 21, so 521, 621. Comes with a 7.5 meter 1/4 braided hose, so that's what's allowing it to get to the 21,000th tip. If you had the same hose on there that was on the Graco GX FF, so a 7.5 meter 3/16, it's probably going to knock it down to a 19, so like a 619 or a 519. 700 watt motor, max PSI 3000, that's around 207 bar, just over 11 kilograms, so pretty portable for a little sprayer really. There are a few wearable parts that will need to be maintained, probably a little bit more, as I say, than some of the other units, and some of them things are brushes, carbon brushes, which will need to be replaced. I mean, you're not going to be doing those as often as you think, but it's just something to keep an eye on 6 months down the line. Take them out, have a look. They're only about £4 each, so you know, £8 to replace those. This model's 240, but you can pick it up in 110 as well. Packing nut, if you start to get leaking paint coming out your pump, give that a little tighten, see if that it prevents the paint from leaking. So there's your packing nut. If you bought new, you will have a tool to tighten that. If you pick one of these up, or any sprayer for that fact, new, then it's going to be tested and there's going to be some oil solution in there. Now I just generally use either, if you've got Qtech and you've got the Qtech or Graco Pump Armor, you know, the blue liquid, I just flush a little bit of that through, and then I flush a bit of warm soapy water through. I've never had an issue just doing it that way, and then you're set to spray. Suction pipe into your cleaning fluid, return into a waste bucket. That is in prime. That is spray, so we want it in prime. That'll suck up, circulate, and come back down this return hose. So we're just going to turn it on. There we go, we're circulating. Nice one, guys. So I hope that helped you get started with your P019 Qtech. Any questions, drop them down. Hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Right now. Okay. How you afraid to drop a dime when you already dropped a dime? Got a wife at home, but you steady on my line. Talking about shorty, you remember when I grind slow? Did I really blow your mind though? Nah, you got me confused with your other booze. I've been peep game, so I never gave a cookie up. And that's why I got your wife on the line, man. And I hope she gets every